one lap at a time. 24 hours to climb. Shaun setting fuel, Ameer's checking tires. I'm just here trying to tame the fire. Not real cars, tell that to my hands. Shaking like I'm on the grid at Le Mans. Breathe in, one blink, countdown's on. Been training all week, now the doubt is gone. Shaun's on stints, 1 and 3's ice cold mind. Ameer's taking night shift, third eye blind. I'm just watching the split, my heart in the loop. This ain't just pixels, this is my truth. Pits map tight, strat set clean, but you can't script chaos in a 24 dream.
No break to the soul, no pause when it hurts. You either die at the wheel or you live in the dirt. Don't close your eyes, the storm has begun. Hold on tight, here comes the ride.
This is the moment, this is the fight. One shot, one chance, one endless night. Shaun on the left and Ameer on the line. We bleed through the ring just to cross that sign. No fear, no breaks, no giving in. We were born to burn, we were built to win.
So light it up and trust the climb. We're chasing glory, one lap at a time.
Green flag drops, we launch like rage. Lunging in tight on turn 3 stage. Traffic in chaos, break like rain. Half a second wide and you kiss the pain. But Shaun's like steel cold calculated. Slips through gaps like time's been faded. Ameer calls fuel, voice clear in the dark while I'm battling thoughts in a high-speed ball. My wrist cramps, I clench, shoulders gone stiff, but I ain't quitting now, nah, I live for this shift. This is the pressure, this is the grind. One shot, one road, one chance. Yo, this wheel's my weapon, this chair's my stage. Shaun's at the wheel and Ameer's uncaged. We don't sleep, we reload, refocus. Every last truth, every corner's opus. Pit crew blood, adrenaline drip. Reset my soul with every grip. Don't need fame, don't want fake cheers. I race through fire, I face my fears.
Don't you break when the silence grows. Don't you blink when the red light goes. You better lose yourself in the light of the zone. One chance to rise, one line to own. The ring, the rush, the world you know. You only get one shot, so bring it home, bring it home.
Can't pause this pain, can't mute my name. I don't play for fun, I race through flame. Disconnected, now I'm dialed in. While they scroll feeds, I go for the win. This ain't fake, this ain't pretend. It's me plus my brothers, lap to the end. Got fuel in my blood, I burn through doubt. And if I crash, I'll crawl it out.
Don't let go, let the engine cry. Even ghosts can learn to fly. You better lose yourself in the moment alone. Every lap you run carves you in stone. One crew, one fight, one path unknown. You only get one shot, so bring it home, bring it home. They won't see the sweat inside your soul, but this is your road, your rig, your control. So light it up, don't fade away. This is your legacy, this is your race. You better lose yourself in the rhythm and roar. This is your fire, you are so much more. Shaun and Ameer, we were born to drive. We don't just race, we
Good morning, happy Friday, welcome to the Pit Stop. I'm Shaun Cole, and that is my good buddy Ameer Assad. Ameer, how are you on this glorious Friday? Well, I guess it's evening for you, morning for me.
It is.
Whatever time, it's Friday somewhere.
It's good. Great week, busy week. It was nice and sunny, but a little chilly. I mean, winter is here. I think I walked out this morning, I was starting to see the first signs of frost on my car, and now it's starting to get all foggy in the morning. But it was good, man. I released the motion video. I started recording another video. I did an interview with the great guys from Goat Locker Sim Racing, which hopefully I can get that interview out next week. And just a little background. We met these guys at the Sim Gaming Expo.
Yeah, really cool guys.
And they really nice set of guys, Patrick and Andy, and they're a veterans and first responders group, and they're a group that sim race, and they also help veterans and first responders, people that are kind of down on their luck, find a positive outlet, to improve themselves, get better, get mentally healthier and everything. And they also help the less fortunate with sim racing gear too. So it was really cool. It was really nice to sit down and chill and chat with those guys. So hopefully I can have that interview out next week so you guys can enjoy it too. Other than that, that's really my world, Shaun. How about you?
Well, I'm working on stuff as well. I want to touch upon a couple of things you just said right there. And, we don't have a ton of news today. So, when I first started doing the Pit Stop, the whole concept behind it was to hang out with my like-minded sim racing friends, drink some coffee, talk about the news, and talk about general things in sim racing sometimes. And anyway, you touched upon a couple of things. Let me take a swig of this coffee. So here's a couple things. You mentioned the weather. I live in Southern California. Sorry, I don't live in Southern California. I live in California.
You're middle of California now, right?
Yeah, but it's still, in the summertime, it tends to get very hot here. So even with an air-conditioned house, the sim room with, multiple computers and monitors and motion systems and things gets very hot. And in the summer, I find it really tedious to even get in the rig. Like, I just start sweating immediately. Even if I have extra fans on me, I can make it tolerable, but it's still tough. Yesterday for the rally, I didn't have air conditioning no air conditioning going in the house. I didn't have an extra fan sitting next to me. And all I used was the air conditioning. I call it the air conditioning. I have that hyper cool seat. So I had 2 stages of fan in the seat, and I didn't break a sweat during the whole rally. And I was like, here we are. We are into my favorite sim racing time of year. And there's another factor for me as well. We just had daylight savings, so it's now getting dark really early.
Yep.
For some reason, when it's cold and it's dark, my brain starts thinking, it's a perfect time to do some sim racing. So anyway, I'm just happy. It's a great time of year for sim racing, I think.
It is, man. It's awesome. I can't, man. This is my time of weather. Just to do nothing but sim race, man. You hit the nail on the head. Like that, the worst thing is when you're sim racing in the summertime, and whether we're doing our league races, we're doing endurance racing, like you're just sitting there sweating your ass off in your rig, and it's like starting getting uncomfortable. You're losing focus, and it just becomes like you're getting to the point where you just don't want to even be in your rig anymore because you're like, I got to deal with all this crap. I got now I've got to take a shower after. I got to stop to get out of my seat. Stop sweating, then go take a shower to cool down, get all that crap and crud off of you. And then, and after that, you're just like, ugh, I don't want to do anything else. Like now, perfect time, none of that stuff. You can just sim race to your heart's content.
Yeah. And I hate to say this to people, but it gets worse with age. Like a few reasons. As I age, I noticed that my comfort zone narrows as far as like degrees. I used to be comfortable at any temperature when I was young. Didn't matter, and chances are I wear shorts unless I was literally going skiing. And even then, sometimes we wore shorts in the spring. But now I'm like, oh, if it's a degree below 68, I'm going to need a jacket. And if it's a degree above 72, oh my God, I need air conditioning. So anyway, that's one reason. And then the other is, I think as you get older, you get more ability to like make decisions on bang for buck. Is the juice worth the squeeze? And when I was young, I'd go to an amusement park and sit 45 minutes in a line to go on a roller coaster. And at my current age, I'm like, there's no roller coaster on earth waiting 45 minutes to ride for 2 minutes, 1 minute, So anyway, I think as we get wiser, and that makes us resistant to strenuous situations like that. Anyway, great time of year. We have a good crowd. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is the Pit Stop. We are here to really talk about sim racing more than the news. There's some news, mostly some things for sale on Black Friday. Probably not a big shocker to you. But anyway, Callum, good morning. Skeets, good morning to you. Hey, Ameer, you're here. Good morning.
Yo. Good morning, buddy, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, I'm just giving good morning. That's where I am, so it's morning to me, but convert for your own time zone. That's what I really meant. Dirge is here. Creative.
And Genera.
Creative is here. Dirge and Genera are both here. I'm going to keep it clean. I had a swear-free rally yesterday. I just want to go. I made a mental note, and I didn't brag during the rally, because usually when I brag, I end up failing. But yeah, I had a
nice.
Yeah, a clean event. Who else is here? Good morning to Joa. Joa's here. Good morning, Joa. Brian Ostrike is here. Ian Marshall, good morning. And good morning to Connor and Caractacus.
We got Tim Spatial Dragon.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got I Am Marshall, Connor B557. I'm just going down through all this list. Lucas, hello, Lucas. Who else? Where are we going? I'm going down through all this list.
Chris Pope. Did we get Chris
Pope? Caitlin, how's it going?
Yeah. Thank you all for being here.
We got everybody.
And if you're here, say hello so we can say hi back. Like I said, not a ton of news, so today is a good day to ask questions. Today is a good day to talk about general things in sim racing. We just talked about weather, time of year, the calendar, and when is it best. When do you like to sim race? Who out there actually prefers racing in the summer? I mean, some people might like it, It's like, hey, maybe my energy is higher. I get all that vitamin D all day long. I got to burn it off, right? Not so much for me. I told you my reasoning.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hi, Luis. Well, so I was gonna say Callum brought up a really good point. Because he was saying random call sign. Random is one of our good friends. He did a good video on buying sim gear for no real reason. And I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get to finish it because I was just so busy doing the interviews yesterday. But I caught a lot of it, and I guess we'll pass it off to you, Shaun. What is your take on buying sim racing gear in 2025?
Oh, what you mean, like, are you assuming that I already have a setup and we're talking like excessive purchasing?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you already have a setup. When should you and should you not buy more sim gear?
Okay. You should never buy new sim gear if it's going to take food off your plate, if it's going to cost you interest on your credit cards, if it changes the dynamic and the finances of your household, then you should never buy sim gear if you already have a setup. All right. Now, I don't have children, right? I don't have a wife.
Yep.
So my budget is very solo-minded, all right? And there have been times in my life where I've been flush with cash or had a good job that paid well, right? And I've had times where it was very tight on funds, where I'm like, hey, did you know that if you put barbecue sauce on macaroni and cheese, Kraft macaroni and cheese, it's almost like it's a different meal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could have Kraft mac and cheese on Monday night, and then Tuesday night you put some barbecue sauce on it, and it's different. I've been there, right?
Right.
At those times, you don't buy any gear. But again, there are times where I've been like, things have been prosperous, and it's like, hey, I have an abundance, and this is my A1 number one hobby. And new gear is cool. New gear is fun. New gear is exciting. It's inspirational. It makes you want to race more. So by all means, do so. So that's my take. I think it really comes down to, what is your position in life? What are your priorities in life? If I had a child, getting my son a new baseball bat for practice or a new mitt would be more important than a new steering wheel for me. All right? But I don't have that worry. So I'm just saying that's how I would treat it, though. I know my heart and where I am and how I am. And yeah, if there was somebody else who I need to be looking out for, then I'm going to be really second thinking those choices, especially if I already have a setup that works and I'm winning races. And, new gear is not going to make you win races. Chances are,
Right.
So that's my take.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll add to it, but before I'll say, hi, Janera. How's it going? Saying that again because just give her
Double
give a
shout
special
out.
call out to her. Yeah. Jeremy Bins. I will get to that question right after this take. And John, how's it going, John? For me, I'll take it a little step further. Because I guess this has kind of been like the running theme, I guess, for the last couple of pit stops is talking about reviews and how when you watch reviews, like you're like, oh man, I need to have that, or this thing's amazing, this thing is awesome. I feel like for you should not be thinking about getting any kind of sim racing gear unless you've already reached the limit and the limits of your current gear. For example, like load cell pedals. Like, have you
very
gone
nice.
through every single configuration? Have you gone through every single setup possible to make sure your load cell pedals are set up to your driving style? Like, I always throw that out there because, or like when it comes to your wheelbase, have you actually sat there and taken the time to configure the wheelbase to make sure you're feeling the right, the right force feedback, the right effects, the right haptics,
Right.
all that sort of stuff, right? And I'll probably say maybe, I'm kind of being generous here, maybe 60% of sim racers don't do that, or because they either will go to their favorite sim racer or they'll find a guide online saying like, this is how you got to set up your stuff.
Well, and to an extent, if you don't do that, even an upgraded wheel won't cure that same issue. You just
Exactly.
change the Newton meters of it. That's all.
Right. So, people, I was saying like people will take those settings and thinking that they're the gospel, and then they realize like, well, I'm not happy with that. Well, it's because, that person made those settings for them, and that's how he feels a sim racing wheel should feel like. But it's not what you think it's not what you feel like. So I think before you even think about buying anything, is again, make sure you have everything set up the way you need it to be. Make sure it is set up for you, and if you've reached those limitations, then go out and think about buying other sim racing gear. Or I mean, if like you're chasing immersion, like there's so many people out there now in sim racing where they're making cockpits, like full-blown racing cockpits out of their sim racing rigs. That's a different story. You're chasing immersion, but that goes back to Shaun's point: is don't buy stuff if you're living outside of your means. So that's my take on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to give another shout out to Genera as well, and I am doing a PG-13. There will be no swearing today, and that's 100% for you. And I ran a swear-free rally yesterday, for the record, as well. All right, that's all. Just need to get that out there.
No, I'm going back to where's Jeremy's question? Jeremy, should you get the Forte or the Invicta? And he's asking for help. My take, I've tried them both at the Sim Expo. So you got the Forte, that's kind of the mid-range for Asetec, and then you've got the Invicta, which is like the top range for Asetec. To be honest, both are really, really great setups for what, for sim racing. But then I would ask you, the question is, how much sim racing do you do? Like, if you don't do a lot of sim racing, maybe it's like once a month, once a week, or like a few times a month, you're probably better off with the Forte because, you're gonna be saving money that way. But if you're serious about sim racing, you want to have the top of the line gear, you have the money for it, it's not going to hurt your bank, then I would go Invicta. Um, that's my take on it. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Skeet asked a question in about the coolest way. Here, I'm going to throw up
Wow, it's very nice.
$5 donation with the question.
Yeah.
As sim racing media, now it's tainted. We're sim racing media. Fake news here at the Simpit.
News.
Is there really a difference in DD brand if you were the same Newton meters? I go back and forth on the right answer to this very question. Maybe actually, that answers the question.
You can actually talk to it pretty well because you've had the Moza R25 for a while, the new one.
Yeah.
And it felt a certain way up until like a couple days before your video. They released an update and it felt like a completely totally different wheelbase.
Yeah, firmware makes a big difference. And so depending where you are in the phase, I mean, honestly, as much as some of these new wheels are super exciting, right? Because we have a lot of new wheels on the horizon that have just come out. It's almost worth. This gets back to the whole topic of what we've been talking about too, buying gear. It's almost worth dragging your feet a little bit. And not because I think one of those will come to the top and be like, oh, it's clearly that is the best base, right? I don't think you're going to see that very often. And I'll finish or come back to that. But let the companies get the wheels in the hands of the consumer so that little things can be troubleshot away. Because first gen of new wheels, when it's a new model or it's a completely updated design, they do have some inherent bugs from manufacturing. And I don't mean that's like a kiss of death or anything horrible, but they're things that they get feedback from the masses. When they build something, they get a very limited test group. The engineers, the testers, that's it. They build it, they send them out, and then they get us. And we come back as 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 of us purchased them and said, hey, why am I getting this? Why is this happening? Right? Or I'd like to see this. Or maybe little problems in manufacturing. Hey, the quick release is a little wonky. And so, I think at this point, and if you think about cars, real cars, for example, it's generally speaking not a good idea to buy the first year of a new model of a car for that exact same reason. If you look at most cars, like a Camry, use that as an example, they'll usually build them in series of like 5 or 6 years where it's like the same body shape, the same trim, little changes over that 5 or 6 years. But for the most part, it's the same platform, same car. That first year of that is usually the one that is plagued with issues, and then it gets better for that 5 or 6 years of production. And then they eventually change the design again, at which point you got to be kind of buyer beware. So I think right now with the DDs, that's where we're at for the most part. And Joa, you nailed exactly where I was going to go with this as well. There are two other aspects to what makes a better wheel. It's not the hardware anymore for the most part. But it is differences in the hardware, and I can get on that as well. But it's the software. It's like, how much control do you have? How easy is it to use? And then that goes hand in hand with the firmware. So having updates to the motor, that it goes hand in hand with the software. Having those updates often and work well is important. And not to slam on, but like PXN, you just don't have nearly the same amount of control over what you can do setting-wise to that wheelbase, even though it's a direct drive and it's very smooth, and the 10 Newton meter puts out a legitimate 10 Newton meters, but there's no comparing its software to Sim Commander, running my AccuForce, where I can dial in every single setting that the game produces individually. So that's kind of, and then the other thing is, and I got to shut up, I'm making this super long-winded answer.
No, it's good. It's more information is better, man.
Ecosystem. You mentioned the Moza and which rims worked well, and it's like, budget is going to be a big factor, but what rims are available, and that's where certain companies have a big advantage. A company like Moza, Fnatic, and even Sim Magic, where there's a wide variety of rims and anything from affordable to premium in those ranges oftentimes too. So I think that's important. And then the last thing I'm going to say is the biggest difference on the hardware side of things are the je ne sais quoi. No, the little things. Like, for example, the Moza back of the cover is a plastic cap, right? And every time I'm moving it around, but how often do you move your DD base around? Now, I do it all the time. But I think, wow, if I drop this on that corner hard, that's not as strong as the metal casing the other direction, right? So and so that's just like the difference between like a little more affordable versus premium, where it might be 100% alloy casing. So yeah, I think that's my long-winded answer, and hopefully for anybody who's interested in that, you can decipher what works for you and through that. I mean, and again, don't buy new gear if it's going to take food off the table from your kids. Don't do that.
Creative, he had a question. He was asking you, Shaun. Shaun, what do you think about the PXN VD10 with the DS with the DS-R2 bundle? I know you've reviewed it. The VD10 wheelbase with that kind of like round or D-shaped triangle kind of rim.
Yeah. Okay. So PXN. I have their other two rims here. Okay. PXN did something horrific in their naming of products. So you have to be careful, because there's the V10 Ultra, which is not the same as the VD10 direct drive wheel. All right.
I'm sorry, he meant the CS. I'm sorry, the CS is the round rim, not the D shape. Sorry.
Okay. Well,
I take it back. But it's the same thing.
Well, no, all three of their rims are round, but they all have different configurations. I have two of the three here. The one that I don't have is the one that I actually reviewed with the VD10 wheelbase, which is the one that had the triangular center hub with which I didn't like. I think I mentioned in the review, I thought it was like, oh, I mean, that's not exactly my favorite design, right? Functionally, it was fine. Now, the VD10, depending on the rim. So, like, I actually, can I reach here? The dog's in my way. I can reach this one. This is the rim that, I don't remember the name. This is the WAS. It's the smaller round rim that comes with the VD4 bundle. I actually kind of like this rim. When it comes to round rims, depending on how many rims I'm planning on buying, I actually like a small round wheel. Because if I can only have one wheel rim, I actually want it to be smaller, and I want it to be perfectly round. The reason being is if it's smaller, then I can even use it in a Formula car, and I'm not going to feel terrible with it, right? Because it's going to be quick enough. If I end up in a NASCAR, well, at least it's round. It might not be big enough for the leverage that I'd want, or the finesse that I want, but it's at least round, which means I can, move my hand positions as you sometimes need to do in the oval. If I want to rally with it, I'm going to be able to spin this thing crazy, and it's going to work out great. They also make a larger round rim, which I don't want to knock my coffee over again. I say again because we already had this incident. Hold on.
Because that one's the CS. That one's the CS rim, the larger round one.
I got it.
Yeah.
This thing, which is much larger. This is the WES R2. Is that an E or a C?
The CS.
Okay. This thing is also much heavier, by the way. much more substantial a rim. It is more expensive as well. But yeah, this thing's actually a pretty decent rim. So if you were going to be predominantly NASCAR, truck sim type environment, even though it's got the lower paddles, we're actually getting in that neighborhood where it's actually kind of big for a lot of driving, depending, you know, on the speed of the car itself. But, you know, yeah, this thing's nice. It's a nice rim. Anyway, what PXN has done is created a, without doubt, less expensive tier, right? They're coming in $20-30 cheaper than even Moza. And you do see some of the differences. So it is noticeably less expensive in certain areas. So the VD4 base is, you know, it's just not like, again, the back cover, the front cover, it's not quite as nice, but functionally it works just as well. The wheel rims are just, you know, not quite as nice, but functionally they work really well. The problem that I have with the PXN really is software and support. It's really hard to find their software. It took me like an hour to find the right, because some of their wheels want to use an app. Some of their wheels want to use a piece of dated software if you're on the PC. And their newer stuff wants a newer app. So it took me forever to figure out which app actually worked with my wheel, and finding out that information. Then when you get into the software, you just don't have nearly the layers of adjustability. With all that said, though, bang for buck, simplicity, yeah, I think it fits a really good void for people who are just going to, you know, I just want to play some Assetto Corsa Competizione career mode, and I want my kids to be able to jump on it, you know, and we're not making a big deal out of this. I think it fits that void. For people who are really, really know they're here for a long time, I would probably say you'd be better off with the Moza R3 if you're trying to just get into something DD and inexpensive. But now you have the ecosystem. And again, that's the leap when this is sort of bringing it all together. Now you're into their ecosystem. So you start off with an R3 bundle, and it's like, well, the pedals are crap. So you can make a choice to go third party, you know, upgrade to different pedals from a different brand, or upgrade your Moza pedals either way. And then the R3 will last you plenty of time. Sure, it's only 3 Newton meters, but that's what all of our steering wheels were 10 years ago when we were on T500s and Logitech G whatevers. So I think that's fine for most people, at least to get going and years of racing. So now you can upgrade your rims. And at that point, you got dialed in pedals, you got dialed in rims. Well, it's just logical. Well, maybe I'll get myself an R12 or maybe one of them crazy R25s. They're, you know, but so yeah, I think that's where you're making that choice. Is there a difference in DD? Yeah. Well, which one's going to get you in the door? Which one are you? I'm not going to argue that I wouldn't rather have the new SimLab wheel over, let's just say, the Moza. I'm going to call it the way it is. I like premium brands. I would take that just in a blind test, question. But the ecosystem is going to be a lot harsher. It's going to be a lot more expensive to buy in. There is no progression. I can't buy the little mini SimLab and some rims and then buy the expensive one later. But with Moza, with Sim Magic, to an extent, you can do that. All right. I think I've exhausted myself on that topic. That's okay, though. That's what we're here for on Fridays. That's what we're here for on Pit Stops, especially when we're short on news. Any other things we should cover before we do move on? Any other questions we had?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Anyone horribly disagree with my take on that, or have some things you want to add to it? I mean, and I'm not saying that as a challenge. I mean that as like valid input on the discussion, because it's really, it's a combination of feelings. You know, we're all right. We're all right.
Yeah.
So. Coffee's gone cold. Ooh. The dog's snoring. All right. So you already mentioned your video. Here, I'm going to flip the screen so they can see what we're talking about. You already mentioned your video of the week. That was you with the next level immersion. Here, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
I'm really jealous, by the way.
Are you? Why are you jealous?
I was just watching you and your motion rig with the Pimax on, and I'm like, that looks fun, and I don't really get to do
It was fun.
that. I don't get to do that.
Don't you still have your VR headset?
I have a Rift S sitting in the closet somewhere, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. I don't want to touch my main rig.
Ah, okay.
Like, I have that rig, like, I have to do some wiring changes, right? But I have a USB hub that's going to be here because I have finally getting a handbrake on my rig again. And I'm going to need another USB hub to do it. So anyway, I'm going to, as soon as I get the handbrake and shifter on the rig and the other USB hub, one for the rig and one for at the computer, I'm going to do the wiring to clean it up. But yeah, I don't want to touch my rig. It's running so beautifully. And I'm like, I'm kind of like struggling to do the one computer streaming because sometimes Alt Tab works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
I don't know why. Windows wakes up one day and was like, oh, go ahead and Alt Tab between these two programs. And then the very next day, the exact same two programs, it's like, what are you doing? Oh, here, let's flip everything upside down. What the hell? So I don't get what's going on, but I am getting one computer streaming, which is a lot less electricity, B, a lot less heat in my room, right? Just a simpler setup. Right. So I'm trying to rock this, and that's why I'm like, if I go plug it in VR, all that's going to go out of whack. Now, that's for my Rift S. If somehow I end up with a VR worthy of my new computer, then I'm going to change that out. Now, part 2 to this story. This is the long rabbit hole day of the pit stop. I'm sorry, everybody. My mule, my test rig, my second rig. I am still using my second best computer before I upgraded. Before Built PCs upgraded me, I should say. And it's because it's a lot of
Built PC.
Well, because it's a lot of data to move. It's a lot of computers and wires and stuff. And so what I need to do is take my previous race machine and put it here as the new editing machine.
Hi, Dave Cam.
Then I can run VR over here because I just have the single monitor. It'll work out great. Dave Cam in the house.
Yeah.
How you doing, Dave? All right. You've met Dave, huh?
I have. Super amazing dude. Super nice guy. Love chatting with him every time I see him, man. Super down to earth. Like he's an amazing guy. Oh yeah.
Awesome. And again, I say it all the time. Meeting someone at one of these expos changes everything. Every time Dave comes in, and I got to tell you, and this is just, I'm speaking from the way it is, encouraging everybody to go whatever sim expo they can go to. But like Dave walks in the room and I'm like, oh, I know Dave Cam. Hey, Dave. But Ameer says, oh, that's Dave. And he has a whole like different, image of what that means. It's awesome. So
yeah,
I'm jealous. All right. So how is your Pimax, how is your Pimax Crystal Super and Cubic Motion combo experience, Ameer?
I say, Dave Cam, you are the most amazing guy. If your wife is listening, don't listen to what she says. No, I'm kidding. Then she won't be nice to me next time she sees me. I don't know. I kind of got to be on her side, Dave. I'm sorry, buddy.
You look so Optimus Prime in this video. Like you were wearing that Halloween mask. You almost look like you're the same.
Dude, dude, it's like I've tried VR and motion at expos, and I was never really too happy with how things are set up. Because like every time I've been to an expo, this is always my biggest complaint is they always have the motion, kind of like Spinal Tap, what's the 11 for? Just
Yeah.
one higher, it's one higher than 10. Well, that's how it seems like they have all their sim rigs, their motion platforms set up. So like you're in the rig, you're shaking all around, you're using a VR headset, your VR headset's shaking around on your head, and you don't have time to actually fully adjust it to your face shape and everything like that. So like I always got motion sickness from that.
Okay.
And then here I was actually able to, like, all right, I've got my motion dialed to where I like it, where I know where everything's set up. Then, I tuned the Pimax headset. And again, this goes for any VR headset. And then what I love about with the Cubic software is they have VR headway, which does motion compensation. So you're not, the screen's not moving too much with the VR. And I set it up that way. And dude, oh my gosh, with, having the VR, completely covered, so you're in the car, you're looking around, you see everything that's going on around you, with the motion giving you the feelings of being on the racetrack when you hit the curbs, when you're shifting gears, your car's getting jerked out, with the seatbelt tensioner kind of keeping you hugged in your seat, and then the haptics of your wheelbase and pedals, dude.
It looks
my
so
God.
dialed in. It looks super dialed in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was a completely whole different experience in sim racing. And like I'm kind of sad because while I love VR, I don't think it's something I could use for like actual competitive racing. It's more something I would use for like sitting back, having fun against AI, or like having fun with real friends. But I wanted to try it out at least before I start getting the next phase of building this rig back up to the way I want to build it up. But if you've got motion, you've got a VR headset, man, take the time to set it up properly, because the experience, the experience level on it is so mind-blowing. Like it's insane. Like I sat there in my seat afterwards, I took the VR headset, like I'm exhausted after that race. I just did like a 15-minute race against the AI. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm in nirvana, but yet I'm so exhausted.
A lot of the motion systems now have like VR compensation, knowing that you're using like this different visual, which it does change everything. But it's like amazing when it all comes together, because, I talk about the symphony that our rigs are, and like, if you are a guy on a desktop with a wheel, just clamped to a desktop and pedals thrown on the floor, I think of that as just like a dude playing an acoustic guitar, right? No one's going to argue that it's not beautiful, right? It's beautiful. It's awesome. But the minute you take that same setup and you just put it in a rig where you can like actually like get into the groove and start to feel it, because you're not like dealing with things sliding around and moving on you, that's like, the drummer might just be a 3-piece drummer, right? But now that's a mini band, right? And so by the time we get our rigs and we talk about how much gear to buy, I don't know, what kind of symphony do you want? Because I feel like every time we add another thing, whether it be motion, whether it be VR, whether it be button boxes, displays, shifters, handbrakes, the works, right? That all of these things are what convince that brain one step closer to reality. People laugh when I race. I stream my races, right? And people laugh because I put so much body English into it, right? But I got to tell you, you know what that body English is? That's my brain being convinced that there's G-forces being delivered, right? I'm leaning into corners compensating for G-load that doesn't show up.
Right.
But I'm so convinced and so in the groove of that environment that those forces are being delivered to my brain. So yeah, that's what I think. And when I see this video here, I'm like, man, you're rocking the Philharmonic there. This is awesome.
and so yes, and I'll caveat it too. Like you probably brought the best analogy, a symphony. But what happens when you have, like, I don't know what they call them in symphonies, but like let's say like your viola section is not in tune with the rest of the orchestra. Right. It sounds like crap.
Yeah.
Like it sounds so like this is where like I spent almost a week just make sure I'm fine tuning every single detail. Because this is where I'll give Pimax a thumbs down. Is their motion compensation is not that great. Like at least I was lucky with Cubic having their own motion compensation, which made it a lot better. Because when I tried it without motion compensation, dude, everything was just so terrible. But then again, when I was able to dial everything in, make sure the belt is tuned with the motion, make sure the VR is tuned with everything, like, yeah, it was like it was like listening to Metallica's S&M album. Like it was one of the best experiences you'll ever see.
No, but you're right. If one of those sections isn't dialed in to be part of that symphony,
Yeah.
you're the conductor. You got to clean that up. You got to bring it all into harmony. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, mission accomplished. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Tristan, I have reached out to Big Screen VR, Big Screen Beyond, to see if they'll send us a VR headset. And again, like, I'm just doing, I'm doing a couple of videos here and there on Pimax because VR is a new thing to me, and I want to share that experience. But like, again, I'll give that same amount of attention to Big Screen VR or any other VR headset people that are out there. Yeah, for sure. John says, if you don't think it's good for racing, can you mention the reasons why?
Good question.
And this is just for me, John. Like, so yeah, really good one. This one's more for me, because everybody's experience is different. Like Callum will only race in VR. If he's not racing VR, he's holding a riot right outside, out with the sheep in the fields. He's riding out there. For me, well, I really do in VR. I get hot very easily. Like, I'm just naturally a very hot person. So after a while, the headset gets hot on me, and it just becomes intolerable. Two, even then, like, for me, when I'm doing my serious competitive racing, I turn down the motion quite a bit because I want to make sure I'm just only feeling what I need to feel. And then, like, I like being able to see my button box. I like being able to see my steering wheel. I like to see my dashes. That, to me, I feel a lot more at home being in that environment where I'm able to actually see everything. Like, what am I doing with the knobs on my steering wheel? What am I doing on my button box? I want to be able to see that. With the VR, you can't do that just yet. We don't have that technology of augmented reality just yet. But if you're thanks, Dave. Oh yeah. With this beard. Oh yeah. No, with the VR, it just doesn't do that for me. But for people like Callum or people that are big VR users, they're probably better sim racers with VR than they are with triple screens. For me, I just happen to prefer triples because I can see everything, and to me that makes me a better sim racer. That's just my take.
My answer to that is 100%. Because I'm a streamer, because I'm getting footage and doing that. I think I'd probably run in VR at this point if I was just left to my own, had my own rig and I wasn't always changing things out. Yeah. The other thing is the thing that makes me mad, like VR's best application, I think that the industry's hoping that it would be like movies or something we're going to take off in VR or whatever, right? Or like shopping experiences, right? Like the whole VR worlds they wanted, right? But in the end, it comes down to gaming. And then in gaming, the best two applications, hands down, for me for VR, and anyone can argue, but I mean, I played a lot of VR games, but it is racing and flying. Those are the two best applications for VR. Even if you get car sick, chances are you can probably still fly or drive in VR. But, if you get car sick, I guarantee you cannot play a first-person shooter in VR without puking all over the house. So yeah, I think that VR, and with that, it's like, why have they not just, like, even if you don't have pass-through vision, it's like, wow, they could have had, like, some kind of, like, sticker, and it's like, here's your, glow-in-the-dark sticker kit, and you can put it on the important buttons on your button box or on your flight stick or whatever, right? And so even though you don't have a camera, you could have a sensor that could show you the location of those things, and it could completely change VR driving and flying. Because I think a lot of, if you spend a ton, I think of the flight people as well. I see so many people with like literal like 1-to-1 replicas of like 747 interiors in their house. They're like the only group that is more obsessed than sim racers are flight simmers, right? And it's like they're a crossover between the sim racing group and like model train guys, and it's like these amazing rigs, and it's like, well, why would I fly in VR? I have all these toggles and buttons I gotta operate. So yeah, but VR, I'd love to race a full season in VR to see how it felt by the end of the season, but I just can't. All right. Let's see here. Should we move on? Anything else? I don't care. We could talk all day. I'm not in any kind of hurry. I got cold coffee, but I could always leave Ameer at the head of the ship and go do it.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I think the next one is our new addition to the site, right?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. You meant move on. Here, let me move our heads.
All right.
So if you go to the simpit.com, there is a topic, a heading for Black Friday 2025, and Ameer has just kind of gone out of his way to gather and find, and we'll keep adding to this as well. But Black Friday, if you don't know, I think Black Friday is very much an American term for the shopping day, the day after Thanksgiving, and people wait in long lines, and it's a big deal. Well, it's sort of become just this annual sale day that I think is now international. So with Thanksgiving coming up at the end of the month, we have Black Friday following it, and now companies don't even wait for Black Friday. Like, it used to literally start the day after Thanksgiving, and it's like, no, a lot of these are starting now. So for example, Track Racer 15% off. In the case of the Black Friday deals that we have, we are going beyond. I mean, we have affiliate programs with a handful of companies. So in some cases, you might get a discount. We might get a kickback. I don't know which ones we do or don't exactly. And some of them I know we have to like update because I know like one of them just changed. Anyway, but yeah, you'll find some good deal links there, and we'll keep adding to that. In some cases, it even helps out the show.
Yep.
So yeah,
cool. Again, this is going to be, I'm adding all the links that I can find. Doesn't matter if we have an affiliate with them or anything. I just want to try to help people, give them like a one-stop shop if they're out there looking for deals. There, here's a, if you want to bookmark the page and come to it, I'm going to be looking every day to see where I can find stuff. Wherever you are in the world, hopefully I can get you, if you're looking at buying gear, hopefully I can find you a good deal. Yeah.
I'm backwards? Did it flip?
It did flip.
Really?
It's all good.
I didn't...
Go back to the normal?
Yeah,
cameras?
Whoa! Why did it flip? That's weird.
Shaun did a flipperoo!
Flippity flip. All right.
You just got flipped off, Shaun.
Yeah, I did all the time. All right, and we're gonna repeat a few of the things. So we had a link at our site on the Black Friday deal, but the biggest news out of iRacing is that they actually have their Black Friday sale. I actually need to take advantage of this and update my membership on my account. Because I always forget to, and it's like, how stupid, how dumb. I wish there's a way. There probably is. It's like, even if you were like 3 months off, like my membership, let's say it's due in April, right? So I renew it in April, forgetting that. And then when the Black Friday deal comes, I'm like, oh, well, I don't need to renew it. It's not due till April. I'd love to like pay for like 2 years and 5 months so that it's due in November of 2028, right? So
yeah, one more thing I'll add, like, if you guys find deals, we've got a sales discounts and sales thread in our Discord, so post it there. And if it's not something that I've already put on the site or made an announcement for in our Discord, I'll go ahead and add it to our site too. I know there's shops, sim resellers all over the world. I might not be able to find them all, but if you find something that, hey, this company is offering this off on all their equipment or this select equipment, let me know, and I'll add it to our page and share it to everybody, as many people as we can.
Yeah. Hook a brother up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Assetto Corsa. Oh, I'm gonna mute this. I get all my streams. Every stream I do their
Yes!
music, it gets demonetized.
Yes, and I gotta go and clean it up.
It's vicious.
How dare you, Sean? I gotta
know.
go back on YouTube because I get a notification saying, "Oh, your video's been demonetized." And I gotta go cut the audio.
I'm just like, whatever. Let them have it. Fine. I guess BMW can have my money. I am sure they really, really need it.
I already stopped paying for my Blinker subscription. And what happens? You know, I crashed in the last league race.
So Assetto Corsa, it's not a trick, it's a treat. The Assetto Corsa EVO release 0.4 is almost here, and we want to treat you with some tasty previews, including 2 we think you weren't expecting. Let us know what they are in the comments. All right, so they have a little video, and I believe this Ferrari.
I saw my my favorite car,
the BMW.
Ooh. The M2, the E46 M3. I'm sorry, M2, M3.
Why is that your favorite car?
It's probably the best driver's car BMW ever made. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't need it, Joa. I talked about abundance. I'm not eating top ramen and mac and cheese with barbecue sauce. I can tell you that. So, yeah, you can keep my 50 cents BMW. Keep your dollar, you're fired. All right. That's all we have. Oh, here, I'm gonna watch this again just for the fun of it, though. This is the rally video. I'm excited about the rally, but if they don't expand on it, I feel like it's gonna be like a, cool. That was fun. That was cool, and then it just goes away because rally people are kind of obsessed with like quantity of content. That's a big deal. That's a big part of having a decent rally environment. And it's an area that I think EA's done rather well. I've been pretty blown away by how much rally that we've been able to do in EA without repetition.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the thing though. Is like rally's given us so many great racing cars throughout the different generations. I mean, like it's hard to pick. Like, do you want to drive the Lancia Delta? Do you want to drive the Lancia Stratos? Do you want to drive the Mitsubishi, the Mitsubishi Evo? Do you want to drive the Subaru WRX? Like, there's so many different options. You're like, holy crap. Yeah, and everybody wants to race those cars, past and present.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so yeah, Assetto Corsa Evo, lots going on over at that camp. Le Mans Ultimate, this is at Overtake, by the way. This is where I found their story. So I didn't see this at Le Mans Ultimate's own info. It might have been buried somewhere, but Overtake is letting us know that Le Mans Ultimate console versions of Le Mans Ultimate release in Q4 2026 or Q1 2027.
Yep.
So I guess Motorsport Games assumes they're going to still be in business at that point. No, it was so. God, can you think back though? It wasn't that long ago that we were even questioning whether this game would come out, whether Motorsport Games would exist. It was really dicey. People are joking about it being a penny stock. So.
No, it's crazy. I mean, because like right as Le Mans Ultimate was kind of coming towards this early access release, or I'll call it more like its beta release. Like they lost IndyCar, they lost BTCC. They were selling off their IP just so they can keep Le Mans Ultimate from getting shut down. But then I don't know if you have the article too. There was one of the other articles they were talking about. Now there's talking about potentially releasing R Factor 3. And kind of turning that into more of a sandbox racer than what Le Mans Ultimate is.
Right. I thought I might have had that, but I missed it. Here we go. Thank you. Yeah, Motorsport Games thinks about R Factor 3 would give us an interesting playground. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, good thing they kept on to that asset.
I know, right?
Don't look at their stock lately. It's not looking that great.
No.
All right. Man, I wish I had more power. We could do some pump and dumps around here and be like, hey, everybody.
Right?
Oh, my God. You would not believe some of the things coming on the horizon for motorsport games. It is going to be huge. iRacing, Project Motor Race. You guys need to look out because Le Mans Ultimate is coming. Motorsport Games is coming. R Factor 3. The stock is on the rise. And I tell you, if you want to have a life-changing investment, you get some of this because I only bought 50,000 shares yesterday. And, in 24 hours, I will certainly sell my 50,000 shares. Okay. Anyway. Speaking of Project Motor Racing, Corvette. The Corvette. Ooh. The Corvette. This is, I'll just say this is the Corvette.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, there it is. Work in progress.
Nice. Dude, I'm so excited for the GT1 cars and PMR. Oh,
yeah.
Such a great racing series back in the day.
And then there's a bunch. I'm going to just kind of stand. There's all sorts of there, because it's a soon to release title. They're just kind of tease every day, tease, right? So I can't even keep track of which things are like being repeated versus, speaking of their post, race, win, repeat. I can't remember which things are being repeated versus are actually truly new news. But anyway, their feature blog that they've been doing. Whoops. I think a lot of people are excited for this game. I do say the word game. I think a lot of people are excited for the Simcade title. I think Simcade is a really important spot in the sim racing genre because it's those titles that are doing the best conversion of 12-year-old child who's playing a lot of different games, and doesn't know their niche or doesn't know that they're into racing. And it's those Simcade titles that's going to bring enough realism. It's not a Mario Kart, right? You got to understand some racecraft to be good. And I think these are really good at converting, the next decade's sim racers that we're going to see. So, and it's going to be gloriously beautiful. You can tell from what we're looking at. It's a great looking sim. Welcome to Spec Racing, and they're showing the Mazda Miata and two different classes of Porsche. But again,
rated car.
Yeah, but when you think about the motor racing ladders out there, the Spec Racing series are super important. Those are the series that give the privateers the best fighting chance at making a name for themselves.
Yeah.
So
I'm just teasing.
I know.
I know the Miata is your favorite God's gift to the world car ever, so
I think I have to. Here's what I have to do. I have to put a caveat. I do have to put a caveat on my love for the Miata. There is one requirement for me to actually express my true love for the Miata, and outside of that, I actually have to throw out everything I speak highly of the Miata for. The Miata is a great competition car. It is one of the best race cars, race against a group cars, real life sim, doesn't matter. It is one of the most exciting brackets of racing in all of motorsports. And beyond that, it's a really no frills car. But I'll stand by that. I will put. I'll put Miata races against any other class. You put it on TV. If people weren't just so consumed by how much horsepower does it have is the number one determination for everything on earth, right? The American way, right? But if you just remove that as a necessity and it was more about racecraft, close racing, guys being able to even touch fenders and recover, bang for buck, Mazda, number one. Beyond that, no frills, nothing car. How's that? Is that better?
You can keep that opinion.
Yeah, didn't get any. Got nothing. Got nothing on that one, huh? All right, bring earplugs for this one.
Which one?
I don't know. It's a race car.
Oh.
No subscriptions, no paywalls, just racing. This is a repeat, by the way. This is old news.
Yeah.
Get ready to race in the world ranked online. That's it. So Project Motor Racing. When's release? It's like 20 days away as of on the 5th. We're 20 days away. So we're 18 days away.
Yep.
So that's cool. Ritza Automobilista 2. I think I mentioned this. We mentioned this last week, but just in case, the new version 1.6.8.5 is now live. I did mention that last week.
Yeah, I got to take a look at it. I haven't taken a look at the new update yet.
Whoops.
I don't know. We just got to find the time.
So much. I know. And I think that's it. Oh no, but actually, it's a pretty big deal. Like,
it is.
The car classes. I forgot. Just how big. Like, look at what we're looking at in Automobilista.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty badass.
I mean, it's not just the cars now. I mean, they added the historics, historic spa track. They've updated the physics, updated the FFB. I've heard it's a lot more polished now. I think Sim Racing 604 did a video about AMS2.
Right.
I gotta check that out. But I've heard good things. I've heard a lot of good things about the new AMS2 update. So I gotta find some time to try it out and give it a go.
Yeah, looking good. Good for them, Ritza. All right, Gran Turismo World #1 Championships round 3 are in LA, and they start tomorrow. So, I don't usually mention their World Championships going on, but they are in LA. And there's something here I didn't figure out. It was like, watch the stream from the campaign banner in Gran Turismo 7 to receive 2 Japanese cars with 0 miles on the clock. Toyota Supra RZ97 and that was the Manufacturer Cup car. And the Nations Cup Mazda RX-7 1990. There you go. I only say because like cars on GT has sort of been on it. Like, how many RX-7s do I already own? Well, I have the 89, I have the 93, I have the... Yeah, okay. Any thoughts on that there, Ameer?
No, I mean, I haven't been in the GT7 world or GT world in God knows how long. So, I mean, I like that they're giving cars away. Like they're always releasing new content for GT7 to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, kind of like, do I need 7 to 20 different skylines in a game? I don't know. Like, if I'm a car collector, sure. If I'm a Jay Leno kind of collector, sure, why not? But like, if I'm just going for racing, like, just give me the Nismo version, and I'm good to go.
Joe at MSGM just jumped 76%. Sell! 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 All right.
I'm selling! There we go! There we go, sold! Woo!
Simpit's getting a G9. All right. SCS Software, a.k.a. the Truck Sim guys. Introducing British Columbia. They're the blogs. They're just talking about the blogs from this week. Introducing British Columbia, Louisiana Custom Depot #2, Nordic Horizons Gameplay Preview 2, South Dakota, guess where we are, 1.57 rework players, 1.57 special transport DLC update. There was the official release for both Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator to the new 1.57 beta update. So both of those releases have now come out, and that company never seems to let down their audience whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting to the holidays, so Rally League is over. Simpit Road League has got a couple more weeks left. We should take the holiday time to like do an actual proper convoy. I gotta figure out how to set it up, and maybe we can get people and just do like one big Simpit convoy.
I would love to do that, and we need a Convoy Pro. So if somebody knows, and, can help, but I would love to do. We're gonna do a few things because we are, like you said, rally season wrapped up. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna do there to entertain. And yeah, I think a convoy would be super duper awesome.
Yeah.
Eastbound and down. All right, Live for Speed are approving more mods. They're becoming more and more frequent. We've got the Hero. That's right. Look at that car. What is that?
Ooh.
What is that?
I don't know. I'm waiting for it to pop up on my side.
It's the Hero CCF2. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then we got the Nassan GT3 R500.
Oh, I wonder what car that is.
What could that be? And we got the Renault. No, not the Renault. The that could be a Evo. Mitsubishi Evo. Is that a Renault or a Mitsubishi Evo? The Memelution. It's the Mitsubishi. It's the Memelution 9. I guess the name kind of gave it away a little bit. The Memelution. It's not the Mitsubishi Evolution. It's the Memelution. Remember? And then the MZS Roadster. Wow, these are really rather blatant, aren't they?
Right. But have you noticed, like, LFS is on it with the updates lately?
They are.
Like, they went completely silenced for God knows how long, and now, like, the last couple of weeks we've just been seeing nothing but news from them.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some substantial announcement from them next year.
Yeah. Just
a hunch.
Right.
All right, Rennsport. What are we going to do about Rennsport? So, Rennsport. Okay, but this is one of my favorite cars ever. The 911 GT1 Porsche.
Ooh.
I mean, that is a sexy beast. Yeah. We even have a video version of it. All right, here we go. Oh, sound. We gotta turn that off. We're gonna lose our 50 cents. 50 cent.
Mm-hmm.
Except that's for a real rap guy with success. Our nickname is actually more like 10 cent. But. All right, so Rennsport. That's a cool looking car. All right.
It is.
7 days to go. That was as of yesterday, so 6 days to go. Have you pre-ordered Rennsport yet? It gets you 72-hour early unlock from Monday. Oh my God, you could get 3-day early access. And then here's another car. This is the I can't even tell. Ford Performance. Oh, it's the Ford Mustang GT3.
Yeah.
Look at that. Beast. All right, here, let's go big on that. Oh, mute. 10 cent.
Mute. Demonetized.
Demonetized. That's rough. It's like the full carbon looking one. All right.
Ooh, it's forged carbon too. It's not even.
That's crazy.
Regular weaved carbon. It's the forged carbon.
So yeah, 2 sims coming out like within days of each other, really, or a week.
I mean, Rennsport's already been out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, iRacing Arcade. This is kind of just this game cracks. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting for.
I love it, man. I think it's great.
You're a track marshal at Scuba, but everyone knows how to drive. It's kind of soothing. Just sitting there and watching the car. David Payne!
Wow,
Bringing on the pain
very
for the show.
nice.
Thank you, David. That's not the pain. That's the love. Thank you so much, buddy. For PMR and AC Rally funds. Yeah. Rally. All right. So, yeah, arcade. I was when I heard the demo was so small, I was like, I'm going to wait.
It was.
I'm being very protective. I guess I could have put it over here on the Mule. Mule's running out of hard drive space, though.
I tried it. I tried it for like an hour. It was a fun little thing.
Little thing.
if you're just looking for something to chill and maybe have fun with your friends, like on a game night or something.
That's what she said.
Good. Yeah.
It's a fun little thing. All right, Moza Racing.
Laugh. It's supposed to make you cry.
Moza Racing talking about their Black Friday deals. So if you're looking for Moza deal, it's going on. Oh, on the 14th.
No, it goes on the 14th.
Yeah, 14th. Yep. Sorry. Okay, and Sim Magic, they're telling us, they're warning us that they have mega sales starting on the 15th. We don't know how much or what, but they're coming. Mm-hmm. But wait, there's more. This is kind of cool. We were talking about Gen 3 wheelbases recently. And by the way, Gen 3 is only relative to the companies that have been making them long enough. That doesn't mean that a company can't start things off at Gen 3, right? Yeah. Gen 3 is the evolution of the bases. Not necessarily every wheel company has to go through those 3 steps. We learn from others. Anyway, VRS coming out. They had some cool thing. Next gen force feedback. The future of force feedback has arrived. Next gen force feedback is a complete redefinition of force feedback technology. Smoother, faster, and more connected than ever before. It eliminates the old trade-off between responsiveness and refinement. And that's a true statement, by the way. That's one of the struggles that we've had. Responsiveness and refinement, delivering an experience that feels alive and instantaneous. All right. I'm not going to read all these. Anyway, they have some promo stuff for their next-gen wheels. Oh, and that takes us to racing. I guess we're getting to the end of the show here.
Oh.
All right. First things first, we are a week away from the 1,000 kilometers of Suzuka on iRacing. And I know the Simpit endurance team is looking for drivers. So this week, winter's here. Good, fun track, good group to run with. If you're looking for an endurance team and want to run with the Simpit team, we have a thread on our Discord. If you type in !Discord right now, you get a link to it. There's a link in the description of the show. There's a thread for our endurance team. Get in there, introduce yourself. They're going to be doing some practices and getting ready for the Suzuka 1,000 kilometers in the GT3 class. So I'm getting the itch for endurance racing, but I gotta like figure out a few things to really be able to. I don't know if I could sit in the rig. My back's been really bad off for a while, so it's like I don't know if I can sit in a rig that long. I don't know if I can.
I need to get back into it.
I don't know if I can channel my energy sleep-wise to like be good to go when I need to. I'm sure I could, but I gotta psych up is what I gotta do.
Yeah.
All right. In the Simpit Road Racing Series, round 6 was at Watkins Glen. I love Watkins Glen, by the way. It's kind of a basic track. It's kind of basic, isn't it?
I used to love it. I haven't had good results there in a while.
Yeah. I had my best results of the weekend of the year, but it didn't put me on this beautiful picture here. It's the Built PC's Rick Motec Sim Racing 4U Simpit Road Racing season. I don't know how many seasons we're in, but round 6, Watkins Glen. Winning the race was Robert Ridgway, who had a stellar performance. Finishing in second was Joa Antonio. And in third place, back from a hiatus of sim racing through football season for his son, I do believe, Chris Generelli finishing in third place. A great job by our podium finishers. And looking through the rest of the grid, it was me in fourth, James Dowling, Anders Lissons, Brandon Carl, Kenneth Estep, Joseph Spacek, Tony Morano, Oldest Pudiclis, Sherfill Luisi, Amir Assad, David Payne. Amir, you're down at the bottom there. Didn't have a great run, huh?
Yeah, I crashed out past third, fourth corner. Yeah, on the first lap.
An incident.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
We like.
Yeah, I had an incident.
We like to call it incident.
Yeah,
I heard.
Had a doozy. There we go. I had a doozy.
I heard there was a report. There's always a report.
I know.
All right, with that, after 6 rounds of racing, Joa Antonio is leading the way with 163 points. Oldest Pudiclis in second with 150. And Amir, you're in third place, 148 points. Not too shabby.
Been higher. Oh, well.
I'm all the way back.
Yeah, I got a I gotta be on my A game for Joa. Joa's stepped it up a notch.
Joa has
two
stepped it up a
leagues.
notch. He's
I've gotta
yeah.
I gotta get my time in so I can catch back up to this guy. There's only 4 races left.
Joa like did some double super secret training off, you know,
He does.
like, in between seasons, and just like, all right, I think I'm gonna take this season super seriously and kick everybody's ass. So anyway, Andrew Slisson's in 4th, James Dowling in 5th, Sam Hinchy, Sean Cole, Johnny Alfred, Ken Nickel, Brandon Carl round out our top 10 in that series. 22 people on the point so far. Looking good. Mm-hmm. The final rally has finished. That was yesterday. And I did really well, but I didn't score a single point all season long.
Hey man, the important thing is you did it.
I did. I sucked really good. Anyway, yes, I wrapped up the season at the Fanatic Rally Oceania. And after 6 stages, it was PC Deadman, our series admin, winning the event with an overall time of 30 minutes, 17 seconds. That's a quick rally. Jeff SMKU finishing in 2nd place, 11 seconds back. Hawk Solo finishing in 3rd, 18 seconds back. And you know, this rally was one of those crazy ones. So if you just like really quick, like look at the differential. Stage 1, it was like a 0.96. Yeah. Stage 2, 0.24. Stage 3 was a second. That's a big margin, right? In a rally. 13 seconds for 4. Stage 5, 3 seconds. Stage 6, which is a long stage, by the way, 0.4 differentiation between 1st and 2nd. So really fantastic season. Really good turnout this season as well. So if you look here, we have 20 finishers, or 20 people on the board, I should say. I'm not even on this list because I didn't score a point. I don't know. Actually, I do have some stats. But our championship winner is Hawk Solo, winning the championship with 177 points. Jeff SMKU in 2nd place with 158. PC Deadman in 3rd with 127 points. Alesh Mom and Quadzilla round out our top 5. Caractacus, I Nowak, Max Power, Frank Patcham, David S. round out our top 10. And the rest of the individuals who were able to score more points than me in this season were Sporkomic, Dirge, Vintage Dude, Lacote, Thomas Vasquez, Gas Campbell, Jockey Finn, and Marius. So, congratulations to everybody. So, with that, our rally season is on hiatus. There will be another season, we do believe. We're just kind of waiting to sort out a few details. And then you'll start finding and hearing some information, which I'll try to bring to you on the pit stop. But much like our road racing series, much like our endurance series, if you want to get involved in racing with the Simpit team, with Simpit Pit Crew, all you need to do is get into our Discord, !Discord will get you a link, or it's in the description of the show. And then we have a thread or a room, or what do you call the sections on Discord?
Channels?
Channel? That's it. We have a channel for our road racing series. We have a channel for our endurance team members. We have a channel for our rally series as well. So get in there, and that's where you're going to find more information. But here's what we think. I've been talking to Callum about this. EA WRC has a really cool ability to do like a spontaneous rally. We're just like, we pick a time in advance, you know, and so we'll coordinate it on Discord. And okay, Saturday at 8 o'clock Pacific is when we're going to start, and we just throw up a random rally. And we all participated in it right away. And I could even stream it from my end. So we're thinking about doing a couple of those in this off season until we get those going. And if you want input, like a time slot works for you, get into that channel and get vocal. Let people know, hey, I think Friday nights would be great. Whatever. It doesn't mean that we're going to we'll take it into account. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it would be taken into account. So definitely get in there and let people know. And then like Ameer said, as soon as the road series wraps up, which is in 4 more races, we will we're going to start looking into doing a truck sim. We'll get a convoy over the holidays. We'll be wrapped up with our season before Christmas. So over the Christmas break, during that time of year, it'd be really cool to do some eastbound and down. Maybe do a American truck and a Euro truck episode of that. I don't know, but If anybody out there is an authority on how to do convoys best, definitely hit me or Amir up and let us know, or help out if you can. But that'd be great. Amazon package. Ooh, I'm expecting packages. My handbrake and shifter hung up in customs. I got so mad at. I don't want to be mad at them right now. It's not cool to be mad at them right now. There's a shipping company that I won't name, but I'm really mad at them because last week on Wednesday I got an email saying your stuff from the Netherlands will be there on Friday. All right, and then Friday nothing showed up, and then at like 8 o'clock Friday night I got an email from them saying your delivery's been rescheduled for Monday. Right, Monday. No box. Yeah. And so that
sucks, man.
And no email from them either, by the way. No more updates on my situation. So then I go to their little tracking thing and it shows that it's still, well, at a different place. Actually, it's in an unfortunate place. I hope it's not there anymore. Anyway, so now I have no notification. I have no idea when it's going to get here. I'm so, and when I checked with their like AI helper thing, it told me that it was like hung up in not hung up, but in customs, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know when I'm going to get it. So
that sucks, man. Hopefully you get it soon.
Yeah, that'd make my weekend if I got it today. That'd be great.
Right?
Love to be putting that on my rig.
Hopefully, man.
Doing some rally, doing some off the record rally.
Right.
So, well, any other thoughts? I'm all tapped out. I've talked too much. I gotta drink some more coffee or water or something.
Nah, I'm doing, so, just, kind of go back to it, guys. So, yeah, if on our website, I'm trying to keep a tracker of all the Black Friday sales that are going on for across all the stores, all the manufacturers. Like, to be honest, like, as Shaun was talking, I just added Advanced Sim Racing. They're doing a 20% sale, up to 20% sale on their site. So I just added them to the Black Friday site. So as I see updates, I'm going to keep on adding it. So if you're looking for gear, looking for the best deals, keep on checking it out. Doing a little bit more work behind the scenes. I've got a couple of t-shirt ideas I need to make and post. So I'll probably do that Sunday. I got a couple of good ones. And then, to practice for our league race. I got to come back.
I got to get in the rig.
And I got to beat Joa this time at Snetterton. Like,
I don't like Snetterton.
I can't afford to lose any more points to him, so I got to catch up. This is my best league result so far in a very long time, and I need to keep pushing myself.
I want a good result, but I don't like Snetterton.
That's fine. You don't have to like it. I like it.
Yeah. I got a few things I'm testing. I am testing the PXN VD4 wheel combo. So it's a combo with that smaller rim that I showed you earlier in the show. Comes with the same pedals as the VD10, the V10 Ultra bundle, which is just basic pedals. Actually, that's been the problem I've been having. I'm so used to like anywhere from 50 to 150 kilograms on a brake pedal at this point that I just stab that brake and lock up, like especially on cold tires. I'm constantly just locking up the tires. But it's a really good kit, so it's something I'm in the works. We both got in the works. And then I am now playing with the Simpit Haptics MP4. I think it's the MPC. Can't remember the exact name. It is the insert. So if you go to their website, they have a couple different haptic devices. This is the one and many of you might remember the Next Level Racing haptic pad, which was cool, but it was like you put a pad on your seat. So for what it is, it's a pad on my seat, and anyway, you can watch that review if you want to hear my thoughts, because it had a lot of things that were great about it, and it had a few things that were like kind of like, oh, well, it'd be cool if it wasn't a pad on my seat. This Simpit Haptics MP setup is a set of replacement cushions if you have a racing seat. Now, my seat isn't even on their list, but they fit into my seat, so it worked out. I don't want to let it's really expensive, by the way. Really expensive. It's like the premium haptics.
Right.
But I've been really enjoying it. I'll just say that. I've been really enjoying it. And Snetterton has some great rumble strips. I'm just going to say that as well. So, yeah, I've been really enjoying. Amazing how really good haptics in your seat almost makes 4 Newton meters feel more exciting, too. So it's like I actually literally have to turn the haptics off when I'm testing the wheel, because it actually makes the wheel feel more dynamic. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to have to wait for the review on both. But yeah, a little teaser here for the Pitstop fans of that's what's going on around here. So, all right, lots to do, lots to test, lots of racing going on, lots of fun to be had. Happy Friday to everybody out there.
Happy Friday.
Get out there, do some sim racing. Anything else, Ameer?
That's it, buddy. Get out there and have some fun.
Check out those deals on our website, thesimpit.com, and get out there, do some sim racing. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole. That's Ameer Assad. And we will see you on the track. Bye-bye, everybody.
Later, guys.